All right, we got to go ahead and level our people up and then jump into the portal. That's what they say nowadays, right? Yeah. Let's get it. Let's get it. Oh, we're on the new, we're in the new little spiral down here. Let's go. New rank available prerequisites. Warrior or officer or operative or soldier. Assassins or vanguards or bounty hunters or master technicians. What? Available talents. Available talents. New ranks available. Choose an exemplar talent. Choose first tier archetype talent. Okay. I don't know what none of this is, so let's go ahead and look at it. Alright, let's see. Toughest steel. The character gains an additional 12 wounds. Flesh wounds. At the start of the character's turn, they restore 10% of their maximum wounds. If the character has less than 20% of wounds left, they restore 20%. Enemies hit by the character with a melee attack must pass a willpower resistance test to make the character their priority target. Nope. Critical velocity. The character's critical hit chance and critical damages are increased by 7% of their dodge. No. The character gains a bonus to all resistance tests equal to 5 times deflection. What is this? 5 times deflection. Thick skin. This list does not contain a conditional modifier. So you gotta look at these. If you're not looking at these down here, you're gonna miss out. Because I wasn't looking at those. Whenever the character is healed, they gain martyrdom. Whenever the character is attacked by an enemy, they gain momentum equal to the difficulty tier of the attacking creature. Man, that's tough. Whenever the character loses their next melee attack gains +1 damage for every 2 wounds the character has lost. That's tough too. Death Dealer. Every round after the character kills the first enemy, the character immediately makes an additional single attack against the closest enemy they can target with the same weapon if possible. This attack deals 30% base damage. Yo, that's crazy. Every round after Death Dealer or Destroyer. Every character's melee attack reduces the target's armor by -4. Grievous wounds. Pinpoint accuracy. Extermination. Cataclysm. Eager stubbornness. Attention. After an ally takes an extra turn provided by the character, the ally gains plus, I think, what's this? This is good stuff. Know it all. Nope. Whenever an enemy fails a willpower resistance against the character, they suffer. Combat meditation. For every cell between the character's current position and the spot where they started. No. Nah, we're going with, I think we're going to go with, either, I think we're going with, what is this, Death Dealer? Every round after the character kills the first enemy, the character immediately makes an additional single attack against the closest enemy they can target with the same weapon if possible. This attack deals a 30% base damage, but that's tough. Let's go Destroyer. And then charge and push increase the damage of ranged attacks. Defensive stance. If the warrior has not attacked this turn, nope. Crowd kill. Rigorous training. Heart and scars. When the warrior is hit while under endure effect, their damage deflection is increased by 1. When the warrior ends their turn near an enemy affected by a sworn enemy, the warrior gains Desolation. The warrior gains +7 damage deflection against the first attack made by every enemy this combat. I like that. Living shield. Impetus. The damage dealt increased. Enrage. Nope. Okay. I think we're going with, is it Living Shield? No. Which one was it? Increased charge distance by 3 cells. No. It's either clenched teeth, heart and scars, hit while under endure effect. The damage deflection is increased by +1 until the, no, we're going with clenched teeth. Yes, sir. Alright, he's gonna get, like, at the start of the character's turn, they restore. Nah, he needs that, he needs this. He needs that one with the kill. No. The character gains +2 int bonus. Nope. Nope. Oh, that's going to go to one of my snipers. Whenever the character deals damage to an enemy, that enemy suffers +1 stacks of the degraded. No. Any damage the character deals is increased by 1 for every attack they have made this combat. Oh, that's tough. Destroyer. Every character's melee attack reduces the target's armor by 4 until the end of combat. I like that. I think I gave the other one that too. Every kill he makes grants him a stacking of... Whoa, this is just for him, period. While he is bleeding, his fellowship... Nah, we like this. While bleeding, Maraza, he gains additional armor. These are his only... This is just for him. Every kill he makes grants him a stacking of +5 bonus. Definitely. Let's go with that. Why didn't I have any with him? They didn't have nothing with his name on it. That's weird. Let's see if it has it for her. Choose exemplar talent. Hers got to be down here in these. When the character single shots deal damage to the target other than their main target, they gain +5. No. No. Shot through. Character gains +5 to all character. No. Crushing assault. Dead-eye shot deals an additional. The following range attack abilities gain dead-eye shot benefits. And the additional damage from the talent by itself. Bounty hunters claim the bounty. Death whisper. Operatives dismantling attack. Deal an additional 3 times the perception bonus. If the character's dodge reduction is higher than the enemy's dodge, that's pretty good right there. So we're going to look at master precision. Any damage the character deals is increased by 1. The character ignores I'm giving her the death dealer too. I just like that. For some reason, I just like that right now. Whenever the soldier successfully dodges, nope, let's see. The first hit of each burst attack, nah. Unpredictable. When the soldier has an ally adjacent to them, control shot costs. Revel and slaughter. No. Nah, she needs something like Control shot, no. Or muzzle velocity. All right, what do we have? All right, we'll go with that. Enemies hit by the character. %7 of their dodge. What's their dodge? Alright, let's do that. Whenever the operative hits an enemy that is affected by both an exploit, that enemy loses 3 and damage is reduced. The operative inflicts an exploit even on enemies which are out of the operative's line of sight. Let's get rid of that. At the start of the character's turn, they restore 10% of their maximum wounds if the character has less full attention. I think he needs something like the character gains plus and bonus to armor, armor penetration, dodge reduction, critical hit chance, critical damage, and parry chance. He can take that. If the target, whenever the operative hits an enemy, no. The operative suffers, no. Sharpshooter. Requires 3 exploits instead of 4. I like that. She needs something like, let's go down here. Does she push characters? She moves them. The character, no. If an extra turn given by the character's abilities or talents grants movement points, the target's gain plus 4 additional. No. Let's give her that. Command and voice, the range of the officer's abilities is increased. Whenever an ally uses a heroic attack, that ally gains temporary wounds. Oh, here we go. Here we go. It's either that. Whenever a creature is in combat, gains an extra. No. Navigator's Path Power deal plus additional damage for every 5 bonus characteristics. Let's do that. Alright. Took us that long just to do this. Alright. Probably could have did that off screen, but hey. To each his own. That just let you guys see what the new skills is when you get to the 3rd tier. I could have cut that out, but I think some people like to look at those things. So if they're making their choices, they can see before they actually get there. So
with the physical horrors of Camorra behind them, a long and arduous journey, possible only with the help of a Xenos guide, lay ahead for the rogue trader and his party. From one strange destination to the next, through unknowable environments, the mere sight of which could drive one to madness. Despite the challenges, they managed to escape the labyrinthian webway and find their way back. Home?
it says, who are you? You're not bandits, are you? No. And chumming around with inhuman scum, no less. Be gone, you lanky freak. I compel you with the Saint Cognatius name, with Saint Nicomendez Keefe's name, Chief Keefe's cousin, with the Saint Drusus name. Who are you, old man? Is this monkey possessed or simply mad? I am the master of this planet. I require something of you. Who am I, you ask? I'm the rogue trader. Nope. We had to go with this one. Blessed throne. You're joshing me. His lordship in these here backwoods, what an honor. A big old honor this. I'm just a low-born, small, humble man. I've only ever seen your lustrous visage on the holy icons in the temples of the capital. So who are you? I'm a scout, your lordship. I wandered the woods. I test the soil. The tech priest told me once 1,000 steps you have walked, thrust the mystical probe into the soil, say a prayer, then press the Samardine seal. Offer 3 prayers to the Emperor, then press the ruby seal. Thus will the probe test the land and tell you what minerals dwell therein. What do the people of Janus say about my abduction? What's that? Did some marauder abduct you? Who could perpetrate such villainy? Still in his lordship, the nerve. We ain't heard nothing here on Janus. How are things in the colony? I won't shame myself by complaining. We live thanks to be the God Emperor and your lordship. We pray for your health every day. Our new masters, the Ultra Requisers, they're a dignified bunch. They fancy the learned type though, and no good ever comes from scholars. But on the upside, they are paying for the thrones for your service. Can you believe it? I hadn't seen a throne in my whole life, and they are giving us 2 for every month's work. There's this plague going on. Makes your hair fall out, your skin go pale, and your voice disappear. It turns average, emperor fearing people into right freaks, scum of humanity. We call folks like that wretches, scary to look at, better to put them all down. Well, we do, little by little with poison. Is the governor well? Can't say. I haven't have the foggiest. We've never even heard the governor's name, but it still beats living under the accursed heretic, Vestenzia the bloodsucker. I need a shuttle, some means of contacting the astropathic choir so I can summon my voice up here. In a jiffy, your lordship, please be welcome to our flying ferry. It's right over yonder in the brush. It's also where our expedition Vox Wizard is staying. Will your capital offer protection? I do not wish to be changed in one prison for another. Will that there chatty mug be flying to the capital with you? He's got an awful big mouth. He looks like trouble. Kill the Farseer. Nah, he's not going to get killed. Yes, the Xeno is coming with me as my guest. Oh, this won't end well. With guests like those, better grab them by the floppers and the pyre. Burn them quick. I could have just killed him, but we got to get some information from this dude. Then I got to see, it said something updated with that cache that we couldn't get to. So hopefully they opened it up now. Welcome to the bridge, Lord Captain. Like the rest of the crew, we are overjoyed by your return and thank the Emperor for it. Maraza's presence alone is enough to elicit sighs of dismay and whispers from the crowd. The Drukhari ignores all monkey reactions to his person and surveys the ship's bridge, examining every detail with an ostentatiously businesslike interest. His markedly casual posture is belied by a subtle and unusual tension in his body. Lord Captain, allow me to express how glad I am that you have rejoined us alive and unharmed. In light of my eyes, I am overjoyed to see you among us once more. Truly, the Exalted One is merciful for showing you the way back. I hope all the Ashmags who left us to languish with our Lord Captain have already become food for the warp demons. Jade twirls a lock of hair around her finger and sends a fiery gaze your way, which she immediately hides beneath her lowered lashes. I do hope we will get a chance to have a conversation in private very soon. For now, however, I dare not steal any more of the road trader's precious time. First off, how much do you know about my abduction? Not much, Lord Captain. All contact with your party was lost shortly after the supposed pirates boarded the ship and abducted your companions, kinspeople. We immediately sent shuttles with boarding parties to your aid, but we didn't find anyone on the ship save for the crew, who had all either been butchered or driven insane. Let's focus on your lead. His eyes burn with undisguised hatred and a promise. Expression is inscrutable, but our eyes are turned to you and you only. Since your lordship's body was never recovered, we hoped against hope that you were still alive. Alas, even our most alert auger operators never spotted anything suspicious, and thus our ignominious failure puts you in dire peril. His gaze, tense, almost desperate, is focused on you, but he says nothing for now, at least. I'm gonna kill him. Dare we inquire what happened to your lordship? I am glad you realize you are to blame for my capture. You have not earned the right to hear about my adventures. It does not matter. The topic of my disappearance is closed. As you command. Where was my ship all this time? At an officers' council, we decided to take the ship to Footfall, where one can hear the gossip of the entire expanse. Our agents tirelessly searched for information about your lordship. Had we heard even a whisper of where you were in prison, we'd have immediately launched a rescue expedition. While you were away, Lord Captain, we took every effort to find you. That resulted in a number of modifications to the ship that have significantly upgraded it. Thanks to our favorable deal made by the esteemed High Factorum, the ship is now equipped with state-of-the-art auger systems and direction finders from Kaiba Gamma. Enough empty talk. Your master is waiting for a proper celebration. This is quite enough fawning and fussing. I wish to return to my duties immediately. Yeah, we're not partying. Nomos, the group of servitors suddenly stirs. Hello, Nomos. Have come to welcome you back. We sense that a great deed has been done, a vivid imprint on existence. You did something very important. What was it? I triumphed over the enemies of the humanity by pitting our enemies' blight against that of the Xenos. One day they will all fall before the sacred flame. For now, we can be satisfied with having enemies of terror destroy one another. I think this little computer is evil. Did Nomo say it correctly? Your pointless questions are not worth my time. I'm glad that you're learning to understand me. We must go now. We will come to speak with you later. We are glad to see order restored and the head of the dynasty resume his reign. We were concerned about you and your well-being. One can detect with the naked eye the moment when Nomos leaves the bridge. The servitors stop moving and sink and slowly shuffle off to their post. Yeah, this computer is like evil. Your Lordship, I must report highly compromising information about a member of your retinue, namely Mistress J, who it turns out is nothing of the sort but a commoner, a fugitive from the law, and a deserter from the Imperial Guard. I have solid evidence to prove it. How did you come to know of this? In your Lordship's absence, the person whom we presently know as J. Hadari made a concerted effort to find you. After contacting all the cold traders in the sector, Hadari approached an individual by the name of Mercy, a highly influential and infamous figure in the Calibulation mission. He was paid an eye-watering sum directly from your own coffers. Fearing that the predatory interests of the blank would pose a threat to your coffers, I began my own investigation. It was entirely responsible to suspect collusion of some kind between her and Mercy, and so my suspicions were confirmed. The two were connected. It was from Mercy's associates that I acquired the compromising intelligence. I want to know the details. I may have overlooked some nuances, but I have solid evidence that the person whom we presently know as J. Hadari served in the 19th Efreet Regiment and was identified as the perpetrator of numerous instances of theft and smuggling, as well as desertion. And this individual is not of noble birth, but of the lowest origins. Man, I wish to see her. We have something to discuss. Bro, I don't even care. They almost killed me. You worried about this? Shot me, did you? You little wannabe quester. Don't miss a thing, your servants, Deacon, and they're sneaky as too. They'll climb up our Gronk's arse to find out what they want to know. We need to talk about your past. Let's see what she says. Only at the scum sling, says Hook.
Well, your lordship, ask away. I'll tell it like it is. I'm not going to try to wriggle out of it.
Tell me your real story.
So what do you want to hear, Shireen? A children's tale about a beautiful princess? A ballad about a queen of thieves? How about a new story, Shireen? Once upon a time, there was a little girl who lived on a sand-covered lump of rock. And the core of that rock contained untold riches for servants of the Imperium. The girl scraped out those riches with her little hands, breaking her back and coughing up her lungs, on behalf of people who had never clapped eyes upon her, and who would never know her name. She did this every day until she turned 16, and then his servants came and drafted the girl into the 19th Ifrit Regiment. Can you imagine? Of course, the regiment was wiped out on its first sorting, but the girl survived. The Exalted One protects. So what was next? Years serving in the Astra Militarum, just a shitload of hard labor, and fighting, and deals, and shady connections, and new opportunities. But everything in this world ends sooner or later, Shireen. The now not-so-little girl went and fell in with the Kasbalika. She saved up a little gold, and she even indulged in excess from time to time. Until living the good life almost cost the little girl her head after her patrons got caught in an internal investigation between the Officio Prefectus and Departamento Munitorum. So the girl ran as fast as her little legs could carry her, until her eyes and the whims of fortune brought her to the expanse. A shitty story, all things considered, Shireen.
Do you have a family?
The folks on Footfall are my only family, Shireen. The trickster twins and the rest of the rabble, plain-talking and loyal as dogs. And sometimes as dull as the pommel of a worn-out blade.
Alright, so you used to be in the Imperial Guard.
Corporal Haydari reporting for duty, sir. I've had enough of the Astra Militarum shit to last a lifetime, Shireen. And my body's collected enough souvenirs from run-ins with Xenos and heretics to last 2 lifetimes. Except, when it comes to the Guard, there's no such thing as used to be. That wretched life sank its claws into me good. But that also means I remember what it's like to be a small, shaking, insignificant pawn. And that's why I appreciate what I have now all the more.
How'd you get involved with the Kasbalika? Is that what she said?
What? You think it's difficult? Once me and my fellow guardsmen snuck into the upper city in search of a good watering hole where the high and mighty of that world congregated. Another time, our regiment was sent to defend the tallest spires on a hive world. And I had an epiphany. I saw how the other half lives. And by half, I mean the ones born with a diamond spoon in their mouth instead of an entrenching shovel rammed up their arse. My eyes were open to the truth, Shireen. The Imperium is full of opportunities, even for people like myself. The trick is knowing whose palms to grease, whose boots to lick, whose throat to squeeze, and whose arses to kick. I was very popular with everyone in the Guard Command, you see. I'd procure things for them, whatever they wanted. And so the Kasbalika took notice.
Kasbalika. So you're a deserter as well.
You know, Shireen, I could still be bouncing around from one world to another, holed up on tired old ships with only venal grunts for company, if I hadn't decided I wanted more for my life. I accepted a shipment from the Kasbalika of certain chemicals. You know, for carnal pleasures and the like. Some bigwig was throwing a party to celebrate his 5th decade in the service. And that's when I got the attention of the newly arrived commissar. I was rummaging through the pockets of Astra Militarum with one hand and shoveling the Kasbalikan cargo with the other. You can imagine what would have happened to my head had the commissar not started with my higher-ranked patrons.
That explains the lung implant.
It was orcs. Not everything I say is a lie, Shireen. Whoop the fu- Never mind.
Let me see. Have you never once wanted to tell me the truth? I am more than just your patron after all. Did you really look for me?
It's not as if I could just abandon you. Even smugglers have principles and feelings. Unfortunately, all I managed to do was spend a pile of your trons without anything to show for it. None of the operatives who do business with Xenos knew where to find him. Not even Mercy. I shouldn't have reached out to him. He helped me move to the Expanse and set up business here a long time ago. But I liked it better when he was safely in my past.
Alright. About your new persona.
Are you worried I'm going to start spitting on the deck and shriveling your officers' ears with my foul tongue? Don't be, Shireen. I much prefer being seen as a princess rather than a deserter. I'll continue to play the part in front of the others, but you wanted to talk frankly, so I've dropped the act.
Alright, I think we have covered everything.
Sir, yes, sir. Your lordship, Shireen. I'll be here, all primed and ready to go.
Get out my face, girl. You've been acting up the whole time. Now then, shall we get to business? We have a number of items to go over. They want me to kill her, I think, but I need a little crook to get down and dirty and find out the details. The Expanse, she's like my freaking Han Solo, so it is what it is. The Expanse is inflamed, your lordship. Squadrons and smaller groups of despicable Drukhari raid our systems. The cult of the Final Dawn has emerged in full force, wreaking havoc everywhere. We've heard rumors of the fall of Santio's pride, House Chorda's world, and outrageous sacrilege, given how abundant and expensive Promethium is there. Strife has broken out between House Winterscale and Chorda. Chaos reigns everywhere. Only the esteemed Lord Inquisitor is trying to fight it, concentrating all available forces at footfall to tighten them into a fist to smash the rampaging heretics and Xenos vermin. What kind of Xenos are attacking? The Drukhari, their squadrons, both large and small, are invading the Expanse, unleashing carnage on planets, taking captives by the thousands, and attacking ships. It's as if something has poked their nest, if you will, and now they're lashing out. How fare the worlds of my dynasty? The heretics' malicious acts make it difficult to maintain astropathic contact with the colonies. The cult of the Final Dawn strikes everywhere, and their sleeper agents are active on every planet. On Vabos 6, a mutiny was crushed after a group of newly arrived prisoners succumbed to the blasphemous propaganda, but other worlds stand firm against the onslaught of the enemies of humanity and do not succumb to their pernicious influence. So he led the defense? Exactly. The esteemed Lord Inquisitor, Calazar, declared himself commandant of the Coronis Expanse and issued orders to requisition troops. He made footfall his base of operations as it was the most logically convenient point. From there, his fleet strikes throughout the Expanse, destroying the forces of the cult of the Final Dawn and the abominable Drukhari. He may be all that currently stands in the way of the Expanse being turned into ashes. I don't believe that. He's like Palpatine, bro. When heretics laid siege to Euphrates II, a hallowed forge of the cognizant fleet, the Lord Inquisitor sent an enormous force. Now they and the Explorator squadrons recalled from the front lines stand together against the heretics in the battles for the sacred planet. What's the problem between Insidia and Caligos? When the esteemed Lord Inquisitor called upon the rogue traders to join his forces, her ladyship Insidia Chorda heeded the summons while his lordship Winterscale ignored it. Rumor has it that his refusal was defiant in manner and served as a pretext for Lady Chorda to declare war. Nice. Winterscale's ships are being hunted and his worlds occupied under the pretense of compelling them to submit to the Imperial creed. Surprisingly, for all his love of fighting, Winterscale was in no hurry to defend his domain. According to the intercepted astropathic messages, he and his retinue are currently on Queza Timur hunting down Xenos fleet. Aldari all by appearance. Okay. Is there anything else I should know? There have been other minor developments. If you so wish, I will gladly bring you up to speed on the bridge. I would not want them to take any time away from the occasion. Okay. Allow me to make a request, a personal one. While you were away, you were with me, dummy. Zachary Weiss received an astropathic message from Dargonis. It concerns my family. The Wessarians have been accused of betraying House von Valesius. How is it possible? I cannot comprehend it. The Wessarians have served the rogue trader dynasty loyally for generations. This is hard to admit, but I am simply crushed by the news. The accusations were leveled on behalf of the Drive Stems, the Governor family. Under normal circumstances, the investigation would not have required your involvement, and my entire family would have been, but being of noble stock, the Wessarians are entitled under an ancient custom to petition for a rogue trader's personal protection once in a generation. Your personal protection, Lord Captain. Do not deny us that honor, I implore you. Nah, I got you. What if your family is young? To send a message to Dargonis saying, I will personally take part in the investigation. Will do, Lord Captain. So I think the Drive Stems is trying to do this, but I'm watching everybody know. The Exalted One blesses the house of Von Valesius for your largesse of spirit, and thank you for Diane to speak with me. Here's the thing, my network of trade representatives has been stretched a little too thin recently, like a chiffon dress on a whore. Supplies are all over the place, orders aren't being filled, clients are kicking off, and not without reason. The revenue's plummeting. Well, you better get busy. And if that wasn't bad enough, my guys running the things from Footfall have been incommunicado recently. And an astropathic message has finally come in to tell me why. Some Ashmag or Ashmag's throne smite them has captured my gang, and they're threatening to kill every last one of those hard grafting whelps if I don't do what they want. And they only want one thing in exchange for my gang's lives, but I'm not giving up my certificate for anything, and nor am I going to leave my guys high and dry. That's why I'm begging for your help and protection. If I have to step into a cage of hyenas, I'd rather do it with a lion at my side. He didn't say who sent the message. You know yourself that all the astropathic chit-chat is nothing but a stream of images, thoughts, intentions, nothing concrete. But I don't need the name of the sender. I already know it. I can smell Falco's stench all over this, or else it's Vladim's doing. This is just a damaged Ashmag style. Okay. When we reach Footfall, I will help your associates. I will say it could be a bluff. Let's see what she says. It could, but I've been missing the familiar stench of the docks and Darlene Octi and her bar, and even the stony gaze of the Exalted One that watches over you whenever you are on Footfall. I'm homesick, you see. The Exalted One helps those who help themselves, and I don't want to risk the lives of my people. It says, why should I help you? It seems that you have reached the limit of your abilities. Huh. Let's see what she says. If the intoxicating feeling of your own magnanimity isn't enthralling enough, I will remind you of more mundane but no less significant concerns. My network of coal traders is falling apart because someone threw a spanner in my well-oiled machine, and then a few more good for measure. If we do not remove these obstructions, the network will not recover, and all the resources and effort you have invested in my business will have gone down the drain. Alright. Just more fighting. I look forward to the day, and praise to be the Exalted One for bestowing such a miserly portion of haughty indifference upon your heart. Yeah. Okay. Everybody got a problem. We just got back. I apologize for barging in unannounced. I have received news that I must discuss with you face to face. You may recall that I mentioned that Achilles, that Scanlander, was transferred into my remit by a colleague. The colleague in question has contacted me. She requires my immediate assistance. Who is this colleague? Emilia Lightenheart, Sage of the Lord Inquisitor. Tell me more. Who is she? An acolyte who was assigned a different range of objectives in the Cronus Expanse. Throne take me. I am still trying to hide information from you even when I'm asking for your help. Yeah. She is a sage, a unique acolyte of the Inquisition who can absorb huge amounts of knowledge and store it in her own memory more securely than any data crypt. She entered the Lord Inquisitor's retinue before even I did. Talking to her is a strange experience, but that is barely scratching the surface of who she is. She's an incredible scholar, an expert on forbidden and illicit, and of course she's a loyal servant to the Golden Throne. You say talking to her is a strange experience. What does that mean? Since birth, Emilina has been different from other people. Specialists from the Inquisition enhanced her natural gift of hypermnesia. There are certain procedures that can be done. She creates separate blocks of memory, which she can lock under a code word or even overwrite with new information. She can organize her mind like a normal person arranges boxes on a shelf. One box might contain information about a recent mission in the Calais, another the latest decree in the Lex Imperialis, and another her own childhood memories. This level of compartmentalization might seem somewhat insane to the untrained eye. Compartmentalization. Insane to the untrained eye, but it is the price one must pay to turn an ordinary servant into a useful tool. You said the forbidden and illicit. What does that entail? She carries knowledge that is forbidden to common servants of the Imperium. She carries this knowledge within herself, as it cannot be entrusted to logs or cognitators. I said before, the acolytes of the Inquisition must shoulder a heavy burden. They come into contact with things that can penetrate and corrupt the soul. For sages, this is an especially trying ordeal. Her hypermnesia. So what is this, like amnesia? She has a hyper version of this, has been enhanced so that she now remembers everything she sees, however briefly. After many years of service, she has examined and seen enough to become an unrivaled expert in the field. So she is hypermnesia. So that's opposite of having amnesia. She just remembers everything. You speak of her with obvious affection. Yeah, he loves her. Is a worthy acolyte and an invaluable tool in the Inquisition's arsenal. I admire her traits and talents. You failed to mention the Calazar has other agents operating in the Cronus Expanse. I didn't fail to mention it. I deliberately concealed the information. Divulging the locations of the Inquisition's agents could threaten not only the acolytes themselves, but also the results of their endeavors. Bro, I'm dealing with a den of thieves and snakes and liars. I believe I have a clear picture. What's her message? It's incomplete and distorted. It's impossible to make sense of every word. The only thing we know for certain is that an acolyte of the Inquisition is asking me to immediately to, what is that, photon? For a remote planet. In her message, she seems to be requesting either military support or help with an evacuation. But whatever precipitated this request, Emilina would not make it. Alright. I know a road trader has more than enough other matters to deal with. Nevertheless, I would like to officially request the Lord Captain's assistance in dealing with this issue. I have no authority to ban anything from the house. Therefore, I'm confining myself to a request for the sake of the Cronus Expanse. How did you circumvent me and acquire the information from the astropathic message? Lord Captain, a road trader may be in a position to challenge the Inquisition's authority, over their soul, bond, and actions, but a rogue trader's astral past invoke officers hardly. Is there any hint of what exactly is threatening us? For the avoidance of leaks, the details of the objectives of specific acolytes shall remain a secret. All I can tell you is that the primary threat that was dealing in the Coronis expanse was Xenos. In particular, Drukari raids on distant systems. A sage is ideally suited for gathering data about the chronology of this problem and finding appropriate methods for combating it. As for what Emilianina is doing specifically, I don't know. I don't even know any details about the world itself, only that there are humans there, so either it has been colonized or garrison has been established there. The cult of the Final Dawn has been my top priority here, and my investigation has begun. Has given me no cause to turn my attention to that planet. If I help you, what do I get out of it? Your concern for your own pockets is deplorable, especially in such a dark times. An imperial world is at stake here, along with all the resources it may hold. You may requisition everything on it. On Fodon 4 that has not been touched by corruption and does not fall under the category of objects prohibited by the Holy Inquisition. My only concern is whatever problem forced to contact me, not the, or okay, whatever. Are you certain you are asking for my help for the sake of the Imperium and not because of one of your own is in trouble? I'm not inclined to display excess sentiment. Every agent of the Golden Throne is willing to sacrifice themselves if the need arises. Every agent of the Golden Throne can be replaced. What cannot be replaced are the results of our efforts, such as a message reporting that a bulwark of humanity is under threat. Alright, bro, I'll help you. Thank you. I am confident this minor deviation from our primary course will help to stem and spread of anarchy in the Cronus Expanse, if only slightly. At the very least, we won't be outflanked. I've already spoken to the navigation crew and provided them with the coordinates we can set a course for as soon as you give the order. First day back, everybody needs something. Enough, Xenos. Justice will be done one way or another. Slither all you like, heretic spawn, but you will never leave this ship unscathed. The bridges, what are they talking about? It says the bridge is enveloped in an unusual silence. The officers on duty are huddling in the corners looking on curiously at what is transpiring in the center. What's going on here? Let me just listen. They dash to their posts, leaving only the senior officers in the middle of the bridge. For how long are you going to tolerate this filth on your ship? This foul traitor who has already dragged you into darkness once and who almost left your protectorate without its sovereign. Rogue traitor. Has Aldari heresy clouded your judgment? Treachery always means death, either for the traitor or the one betrayed. You almost died. Your retinue, you know what became of them. It is not high time that justice was done. Man, listen. Your wonderful path has led you into a rather thorny situation. You refused to beg for mercy, and now you will have to lick the boots of the monkey. Silence. Your turn will come. She does not react. Anyone else want to share their thoughts? Anyone else want to share their thoughts? You know, Lord Captain, I will support any order you give, but to keep the Xenos in the retinue, especially after everything that has transpired because of her, it would not be wise. The enemies of humanity have no place among humans. You know this, but death is far too merciful a sentence. What I endured was far more terrible. The heinous behavior pattern of the Xeno entity and the specimens similar to her statistically lead to unfavorable and unpredictable outcomes. Blankly surveys the crowd. I think you may have forgotten who gives orders on the ship. How dare you burst into onto the bridge and make demands of me. Alright, that's what we're about to do. These bums. She's about to apologize to everyone who was harmed by her deed, and that will be enough. No, I think you may have forgotten who gives the orders on this ship. Deplorable indulgence of the enemies of humanity, rogue trader, and of your own weak will. The one who points out a mistake shall be rewarded for the truth, but if you do not wish to see the truth, remain among the blind. I'm gonna just tell y'all, shut up. Averse their eyes, speaking up against you definitely was not part of the plan. Do you really not care about what happened? Or are you trying to conceal your true feelings again? Are you alright? Your monkey have had it worse. I will live, and the wounds of my soul will eventually heal. They will live too. But their souls will forever bleed painful memories. I don't care. They will forgive you, not all of them, and not right away. It's time to get back to work. I ain't got time for this. Until we meet again, may the darkness scatter into a myriad of new stars before you. All of you bums is doing something. Y'all want me to start part 2 of this killing spree? Then so be it. They're starting to work on my nerves a little bit. This freaking fool, Albard, he got the nerve to come up and say kill her when his people was under investigation. The dumb over here, he's just begging for help because he likes some chick that he trying to act like he don't. And he just had me held hostage. How soon? Like, he forgot about that? Argenta, she killed, what's her face? These people that lost their damn mind. Granted, the other chick did almost get us killed. The whole team was freaking flawed. We discovered a world that is home to a long abandoned colony founded centuries ago by one of your predecessors. A ship was sent there carrying several thousand colonists who were to restore the derelict settlement. After the ship entered its systems of destination, contact was lost with it, and its fate remains unknown. Perhaps you might like to investigate the disappearance of that vessel. Just another mission. And then this dude's a freaking... The whole team is crazy. Besides your lord, pirates have been a serious problem for your domain. For centuries, a group of bandits headed by a ship called the Elusive Contempt have been raiding cargo vessels on their way from the Protectorate's most plentiful extractia. Their ability to deftly escape pursuit by patrols has allowed them to operate with complete impunity. The pirates' flagship has been spotted in a nearby system. Your ship, Lord Captain, is sufficiently powerful to finally chase down those brazen scoundrels and bring them to justice. The Astropathic Choir has received a series of alarming messages concerning Narmer 4 system, where a dangerous space anomaly has supposedly manifested itself. Its nature is unknown, but the fabric of space within the system is reported to be curved and unstable. It is said that any ship entering the region disappears without a trace. I believe we ought to be prudent and steer clear of that system. There is something else. The ship's astropaths have caught echoes of alarming messages. Unidentified ships abandoned by their crews have been spotted in several systems in the expanse. It may only be a rumor, but those who encountered them have gone missing without a trace. That is all. Alright, let's check out the trade. What can we do? Can we finally get something from this bomb? Nope. Ha. Look at that. What does he give us though? He does like ship stuff, right? All right, let's get out of here. Let's check the next one. What does this dummy give us? If we max him out. Let's see. I want to see what's down here. What's... Can't be equipped. That's armor. Bolt weapon. The staff. What is this? The boots. And cover to wear has 100% cover efficiency. This movement does not trigger, and at the end of the movement, the wearer automatically performs a melee area of attack. A watch? The wearer's heavy weapon attacks gain 50% additional damage, but never critically hit. Don't like that. Yo, that's pretty tough right there. Okay. He has some pretty good stuff. Battle stimulator. He has some pretty good stuff. Let's see what the next one does. Oh. Matter of fact, yeah, let me pick up everything we can get from you. While we're here. Give me that too. The wearer gains 20 tech use and logic. Yeah, we needed that. Alright, let's see what the other ones. Nah, I'm not really fond of yours, bro. She gives us a discount anyway. What does she have though? Charges. Tactical backpack. Grimoire of the Void. Alright, I think what we're gonna do is, will this max you out? Hell no. That's 5,400 for this one. $5,400 for you. 48. $18,300 for you. $18,300 for you. And 10. I gotta give it to one of these other bums. Does he have anything good though? A Storm Bolter. Bro, you ain't worth it though. Power axe. Nah, they don't have enough. So I'm gonna go with Then I'm gonna take everything. Give me all of that. Dang, we got a lot for you too. Bam, bro. Plating protects the vessel from harm, negating 5 points of damage on each side. I need everything. Everything you got, we're taking it. Whatever we can't use, we won't use. Alright, we did this one already. Let's see if we got anything left for you. Freaking nothing. Bro, you a waste. Okay. All right, we're gonna go ahead and stop this episode. This was pretty much just a bunch of dialogue. We did get back to the ship. We did upgrade everybody, and we got a bunch of supplies. So hopefully you guys did enjoy this episode. The next one should be action-packed. We should be out here on some new planets and everything. Let me know about what you guys think about my decision about not killing old girl. Do you think I should just went ahead and chopped her head off or what? Let me know something down in the comments. I greatly appreciate all the comments and the suggestions that's been made so far. Hopefully you guys have a happy new year, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.